Good morning. I am off to the gym, so we are kicking off this video with a workout. Sorry for the traffic noise. I'm just gonna yell so you can hear me. I asked you guys on Instagram the other day if you wanted to see an upper body workout or a lower body workout in my next video, and it was close. But you guys voted for lower body, so that's what we're doing. While I'm walking, I'm just listening to Nonviolent Communication. Not spawned by Audible this time, but do still recommend them. So far, the audiobook has been very enlightening. Definitely recommend if you're looking for some like non-fitnessy kind of good audiobook content. Anyway, let's go do this workout.
I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm going in circles, going in circles. I should get away from here. There's a better place for me, better place for me. Trying to play my symphony, but there's so much noise around, so much noise around. Constantly fighting for space. I need to clear my mind, need to clear my mind. I wanna be empty, be empty. A sparkle lights a fire, I'm high, I'm a butterfly, a blooming flower, but I am thirsty. A drop of water and another drop of water. Sunlight, I'll soon be rising. I'm a butterfly. I'm thirsty.
Workout accomplished. As always, I will write the workout down in the description box below if you want to screenshot it, take it to the gym with you, or try to do it at home if you have like barbells and equipment and stuff. I now have a little bit of a kombucha to start my morning. Usually I have my kombucha before I go to the gym, but I was in a rush this morning because now we have to schedule our workouts and like sign up for time slots. So if I didn't make it to my time slot, I wasn't gonna get to work out. So I rushed out without doing any of my normal like morning stuff, like having my kombucha and taking my supplements. So I'm just having my kombucha now, and I need to take some of my supplements. I talked through my overall view on supplements in my video last week and like why I take so many, even though I don't really recommend them and think that if you can do everything without supplements, you kind of should. So if you want my like whole perspective on that, I'll link that video down in the description box below. But one thing that I have been using consistently for the last couple months in an effort to balance my hormones is the NED Hormone Balance Blend. So I'm gonna take some of this because I really feel like it's been helping. I say I've been taking it consistently. There were about 2 weeks where I didn't take it because I was like gone, and then I came back and then I didn't have it and I needed it, and like I went a couple weeks without taking it and I noticed a difference. So I'm planning on continuing to take this. And like once I have a super regular cycle where like I know exactly what day I'm gonna get my period and like everything is super in sync, then I can probably phase out of it. But until that point, gonna keep taking it. So the Hormone Balance Blend has 600 milligrams of the best quality, best extracted, best grown, etc., CBD on the planet. And CBD in itself has a ton of amazing balancing properties because it directly affects the endocannabinoid system. Like the body inherently has a system in it that interacts with cannabinoids because the body produces its own cannabinoids, which are endocannabinoids. Phytocannabinoids are plant-based cannabinoids that can be found in the hemp plant, and these are cannabinoids that interact with the endocannabinoid system. Basically, every system in your body has endocannabinoid receptors, and that's why CBD is thought to have such potent and pervasive properties, because it literally does affect the whole body. So in that way, it can help balance your hormones in a number of ways. But then this blend also has a bunch of different botanicals that are put in it specifically to help with hormone balancing. So like evening primrose oil, I actually take that as a separate supplement at night. Also, dandelion leaf, black seed oil, oat straw, bunch of different things that have hormone balancing properties. And so I'm taking this religiously. This is one of 4 products in Ned's Natural Cycles collection. So they have a whole collection of 4 products that all individually can help support your body in different ways throughout your cycle. So if you have a menstrual cycle and have any sort of like hormone related symptoms or issues, highly recommend checking it out. Ernie thinks you should check it out too. Isn't that right? Yes, yes, you love me. And I'm actually gonna throw on another product from their Natural Cycles collection also. It's the Hormone Energized Roll-On, and it's just a roll-on that has CBD and a beautiful smelling blend of essential oils that help kind of support energy and mood and that good stuff. So you just kind of like roll it on to the places of your body that absorb the things, make you smell the things. Honestly, I'm not really sure how essential oil rolling on works, but this seems to help me, so that's good. And then the other two products I really haven't used much because I don't really get period pain or period cramps so far, but they have a period soothe salve that theoretically will, you know, help alleviate some period pain, and then also the period ease blend, and that's something that you like ingest to help ease painful period symptoms. So I can attest to how powerful those are because I don't have symptoms to alleviate, but these other two that I have been taking are great and I highly recommend. And if you want to check out Ned, I will leave a link down in the description box below. You can use my code FITAndNerdy to get yourself 15% off your order or 20% off when you sign up for a membership. And there's a ton of perks when you sign up for the membership. So if you want to make CBD a regular part in your life, highly recommend you sign up for that. So I just took some of this, gonna dive into my supplement cabinet and take the rest of what I need for the morning, and then it is breakfast time. I am hungry, need some post-workout fuel. And here's the thing, the gym that I go to is in a little not shopping mall, like restaurant-y mall area. A lot of the restaurants smell really good, including this one pizza place. And so as I was working out, I was just smelling all the good things, and now I really want pizza. I don't necessarily want pizza, I just want the idea of pizza. So I think I'm gonna make a Marissa classic and have one of my like egg pizzas for breakfast. Let's do it. Yeah. So for the crust, I just used 2 eggs and some egg whites, scrambled it up with some salt, pepper, and nutritional yeast, and just let it sit and cook rather than scrambling it, just so it would turn into a little flat pancakey disc crust of sorts. And then for the pizza sauce, I just mashed up an avocado, slathered that all over there, topped it with some cashew cheese, and then for toppings, just some arugula with some red pepper flakes, and we have a pizza of sorts. I think this looks like a pizza. I know it's not a pizza, like don't come at me. It's not a pizza, but like it looks like a pizza, it acts like a pizza. I look at this and think pizza. That's really all I care about. I could cut it like a pizza, but that's too much effort, you know? It's exactly what I wanted. This ticks all of my boxes for like the kind of breakfast that I like to have. High in protein, high in healthy fats, topped with a ton of vegetables. So I just realized I actually have a real pizza crust in the freezer right now. Might use that for dinner. Might just have pizza all day. That sounds great. But I want to like quickly sit down and have a little chit chat about relationship with food, because in my last Saturday Q&A, I got quite a few questions about kind of how to develop a better relationship with food. And I do have 2 whole videos, one about how I personally define what a good versus bad relationship with food is, and then from there, the second video is like how to develop a good relationship with food. So if you want like a really in-depth discussion on this, definitely go check those 2 videos out. I'll link them down in the description box below. I think a lot of people got some stuff out of them, so they might be kind of helpful. But when it comes to wanting to develop a better relationship with food or a good relationship with food, I think the first place you have to start is defining what a good relationship with food looks like for you. These phrases get thrown around on social media a lot and they never really get defined. And so it can kind of feel like you're aspiring to something that you don't even really know what you're reaching for, you're just reaching. So if you want to develop a better relationship with food, start there. Start by defining what that looks like for you in your life based on where you are. For me personally, and this is coming from my history with food, my current relationship with food, my history with like everything, yada yada yada, I personally define a good relationship with food as being able to see food objectively. So seeing it as fuel. Looking at it and thinking, okay, what is this going to do for my body? Rather than what is this going to do to my body? And when you look at foods this way, foods don't get defined as good or bad. They just are. It removes the emotional connection and investment in different foods and food groups. And I personally don't think that a bad relationship with food is at all defined by craving processed foods or craving sugary foods, because those foods are literally engineered. Like, people were paid to spend time and effort figuring out how to make you not want to stop eating these foods. They are paid to figure out how to hijack your brain and your body to keep you coming back for more. And so if you are craving these foods that have been engineered to do that, that's not a sign that's a bad relationship with food. That's a sign that the people that were paid to do that are just doing a good job at their job. And I think this is where a lot of people get tripped up, because they think, oh, I'm always craving sugary things and I can't give up chips and soda. I must have a bad relationship with food. And it's like, not necessarily. You may be physiologically addicted to sugary processed foods, but it doesn't mean you have a bad relationship with food. In my opinion, what defines your relationship with food is not what you eat, but how you react to what you eat. If you have a good relationship with food and you slam down an entire bag of chips because they're engineered to make you not able to stop eating them, you're gonna get to the end of the bag of chips and be like, oh, whoops, ate the whole bag of chips. That probably wasn't the best thing for my body, but that's okay. And then you're just gonna move on with your life. If you have a bad relationship with food, you're gonna eat the entire bag of chips, feel extremely guilty, maybe end up restricting, maybe end up continuing to binge on other things because you already messed up, you might as well keep eating. Basically, you're going to have emotion tied to that. And that's where you kind of start getting into trouble with food. Okay, I'm trying to finish this discussion, but our gardeners just showed up and it's very loud. So I think I'm gonna go run some errands, do some work, and then get to the point of like how to start fixing your relationship with food later. Cozy tea vibes going on over here, although I just realized I put the lid on not the correct way. I have to drink like this. I'm gonna spill this all over myself. This is not gonna go well. Oh God. Let's see if I spill. Success. But I wanted to finish our little discussion because I started thinking to myself, like, as I was running errands and running about, like, what is stopping me from just eating like regular pizza for every single meal? Because like the thought of that initially sounds great. And I realized that for me, the thing that's stopping me is the feeling that I get in my stomach thinking about how disgusting I would feel by like pizza number 2. Like the only reason I wouldn't eat pizza every day is that I know it's gonna make me feel gross. That and the fact that I know that's just objectively not a healthy thing to do. I mean, one day would be totally fine, but yeah, it's literally just knowing how I would feel afterwards. And I think this just is like another distinction of like a good and a bad relationship with food is if you have a bad relationship with food, what might stop you from eating multiple pizzas during the day would be guilt, fear, or some other kind of like negative emotion that you associate with pizza. Anyway, I wanted to pick up where I left off. I wanted to point out that a good or healthy relationship with food can look different for different people, and that is okay. There is more than one way to eat to fuel your body if you have a good relationship with food. This is where I see a lot of people on the internet spouting all different kinds of things, kind of saying things like, if you're tracking, you have a bad relationship with food. If you are restricting, you have a bad relationship with food. If you're trying to lose weight, you have a bad relationship with food. I don't think that's the case at all. I think you can have a perfectly good relationship with food and do all of those things as long as it's coming from a healthy place. Obviously, if you're trying to lose weight because you hate yourself or you're restricting because you're punishing yourself, that's not good. But it all comes down to the intention. So if you want to work towards a good relationship with food, the first thing that I recommend is building mindfulness and awareness around your behaviors and thoughts about food. You can't start to shift your thoughts and feelings until you're aware of them. And then once you have that awareness around your thoughts, you can start to reprogram them. Like once you think, oh, I don't want to have the pizza because I'm scared it will make me fat, you can think, okay, there was a negative thought about the food. Let's change that. And what the right course of action for you is going to depend on where you're coming from. But the thought that you could change it to is, okay, but I want the pizza and I will enjoy the pizza. So I'm gonna eat the pizza and I am deciding that I won't feel guilty, I won't feel bad, and it's going to be okay. And then you eat the pizza. And you just have to keep working like that to eventually reprogram your brain to start not having emotions attached to food. Other things to call to mind when you realize you're having a negative thought about food is reminding yourself what the food can do for you rather than what it's going to do to you. So even if it's pizza and donuts, it's going to give you fuel. Maybe you're gonna do a workout tomorrow. It's gonna help you crush your workout the next day. You're gonna have so much great fuel. Or maybe partaking in the pizza and donuts is part of a social interaction, although not in 2020, so save this for when we can socialize again. But maybe you can think, okay, like this food isn't providing a lot of nutrition. That's okay. What it is providing is an opportunity for me to surround myself with loved ones or people that care about me. And I think my biggest tip is to treat yourself and your body the way you would a friend. If you're saying something to yourself or about yourself that you wouldn't say to a friend, then don't say it to yourself. If your friend ate pizza and donuts one night, you wouldn't tell them, hey, you need to go spend 3 hours on the elliptical tomorrow and maybe just have some lemon water and nothing else. It helps you approach these things from a place of love rather than self-hatred. And we could all use a little more love in our lives. Anyway, I think those are the big things that I want to cover. Sorry if that was a little disjointed and jumbled. I kind of just wanted to like get everything out there, all the important bits. And yeah, if you want more in-depth discussion about this, definitely check out my 2 previous videos on this topic. If you have questions or things that you want me to dive deeper into specifically, let me know down in the comments below. I like to think I have a pretty good relationship with food. I've worked with lots of clients on their relationships with food, so I feel like this is something we can keep chatting about if that's what you want to hear. So let me know. So I haven't gotten much movement in today other than the workout that I did this morning. And so I need to move my body a little bit. And I have a confession. I had a realization yesterday that was upsetting, disappointing, frustrating, mostly because it made me realize how stupid I was for not having this realization earlier. You guys know I love my walks, get my steps in. I love going on evening walks, but since the time change, it's been getting dark so early that I was starting to be pretty consistent with it for the last few weeks, but like it's still kind of a struggle, and I still kind of wasn't a fan of like having to go for my evening walk at like 3:30. Like I would get back from my walk and then I would just be sedentary like the rest of the night, and that completely defeats the purpose of going for a walk, kind of. And then the other thing is that, as you guys know, I started getting really into yoga. I was doing yoga like every day for probably a good month and a half, or at least almost every day, and I was seeing so much progress. I was stoked about it. I was really enjoying it, and I've been wanting to make yoga a consistent part of my routine, but I wasn't sure where to put it, because then I got access to a gym and I was like, I want to start lifting again, and that's great. And like, if I get the choice between lifting and yoga, I'm still gonna pick the lifting. So I was like, when am I gonna do the yoga? I don't really know. Maybe I'll save that for my late luteal phase, for when I just don't have as much energy, and I'll just do it like a couple times a month, and that'll be that. Then I realized last night that instead of doing my evening walk that I've been struggling to do anyway, and that I can't do at the right time anyway, I can just do some yoga. 2 birds, 1 stone. It's perfect. So I think I'm gonna start doing like evening yoga instead of my evening walks, like light yoga, because I already did a workout. This is just to like get the blood flowing, get my body moving, and also kind of be like a mobility session so that I can keep improving with my mobility. As always, yoga with Tim. This is the flow that I will be doing, one of his new ones. I actually did like the first half of it yesterday and I loved it. It's an hour-long video and I am not about that right now. Like I only have about 20 to 30 minutes of like movement in me, so I think I'm just gonna do the first like 20 to 30 minutes of the video. And then it's time to make dinner and I am hungry. I've been hungry for a while. I've just been like running around so much. I haven't had time for a snack or anything. Alrighty, I have yoga. Did about 25 minutes of that flow. Love it so much. Can't wait to actually do the whole thing sometime, but an hour of yoga is a lot of yoga. At this point, I'm just hungry, kind of tired, kind of just want to make my pizza and chill. Let's go make some pizza. Starting out with a paleo pizza crust from Unbun. I don't have any pizza sauce, but I have pesto, and pesto makes great pizza sauce. So I'm gonna throw on a layer of that, sprinkle on some cheese, then I chopped up some zucchini really finely, just gonna sprinkle that around too. Top it with some yellow onion. Then I have some chicken that I grilled up the other night, so I just chopped that up into little cubes, sprinkling that on. I also have some leftover steak. Never put steak on pizza before, so we're just gonna give this a shot because why not? A touch more cheese just to melt everything together, and that's gonna go in the oven for a little bit. Now that it's all warm and toasty, gonna add some arugula, get those veggies in, throw on some avocado as well. Then just a smidge more pesto, because honestly, you could never have enough pesto, and then some red chili flakes. And we have pizza number 2 of the day. It looks a lot like pizza number 1, but I think you'll agree it's a little bit more pizza-y considering there is an actual crust and cheese. And I used a pizza cutter. I think I get bonus points for that. Bonus pizza points. I used this crust the other night for like a legit pizza, and gotta say, big fan. So if you're looking for a good gluten-free pizza crust, the Unbun crusts, highly recommend. I'm gonna go sit down, eat this, enjoy my pizza, enjoy my evening, and catch up with you for dessert pizza?
I don't want to be a hater. How's that pizza?
Cause it's a freaking crust with a sauce and a topping.
A sauce?
Chocolate. Don't try to tell me what's a pizza and what's not a pizza.
I'm just a guy asking questions.
It's a pizza.
You didn't say it wasn't a pizza. Just asking.
My attempt at s'more pizza was nowhere near as good as I was hoping. Mostly because I accidentally burned everything in the microwave. I did the graham cracker and then I put the chocolate on it and then I microwaved it. In the process of melting the chocolate, I burnt the graham cracker. And then I put the marshmallows on top. And so I had to microwave it again to get the marshmallows to get all puffy and melty. And then it got like really burnt. And the chocolate that I used was probably not the best chocolate for like s'more pizza. So it was just kind of generally disappointing. So I just ate one raw marshmallow after that to make up for it. But I tried. Still dessert pizza. So all I've had today to eat is pizza. Very loose definition of pizza, but pizza nonetheless. And I guess a kombucha. And I'm about to have a shower. I make a nice warm cup of tea and just get snuggly and read a book or something. So I will be having tea. Tea is not pizza. I cannot call tea pizza.
Water pizza?
Anyway, I'm gonna get ready for bed and go do that. I hope you guys liked this video. I had fun today making pizza and pizza and pizza. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. If you want to see more videos from me all about health and fitness, you can check them out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!